Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmates. So I am assigned to discuss about the contributions of subsistence under the expandability theory, which was described that men tend to get assigned more afflictive work simply because they are more expandable. So let's start. What is subsistence? So it is the action or fact of maintaining or supporting oneself at a minimum level. Subsistence simply means to support life. Primary subsistence activities. Primary subsistence activities are the food getting activities. So as we all know, food is necessary to maintain life. The first activity is gathering. It is the foraging of wild plants and animals. Next is hunting. It is needed for us to utilize every part of an animal. The remaining activities are fishing, herding, and agriculture. These activities are very important as it is where our consumptions came from and it can be used for trading and gaining profit. Women's status in pre-industrial intensive agriculture. A woman's status is low. Women generally do not participate in primary subsistence activities. Why don't women contribute more to primary subsistence activities? Non-industrialized intensive agriculture demands extreme physical labor. The Strength Throw says that men are better able to do such work in closed societies. Let's proceed to the secondary subsistence activities. Secondary subsistence activities involve preparing or processing food for eating or storage. Here are women's and men's contribution in varying societies. Horticulture, intensive agriculture, hunting, gathering. The first secondary activity, horticulture. It is a subsistence strategy that intentionally cultivates plants for personal use. The distinguishing aspect of horticulture is that no extensive technology is used in the cultivation of produce. Because horticulture societies cultivate crops, they cannot live nomadic lifestyles. They can support more people than the previous strategies but cannot support large populations. Intensive agriculture. It was developed in order to produce greater amounts of food for large populations. It is the most recent form of subsistence strategy emerging about 5,000 years ago. There are two basic forms of intensive agriculture, non-industrial and industrial. The former is dependent on human labor and draft animals, while the latter is reliant on machinery. The last secondary activity is hunting and gathering. Foraging, sometimes known as hunting and gathering, describes societies that rely primarily on wild plant and animal food resources. Foragers need to live a nomadic lifestyle, meaning they must move constantly to follow the growing season in different geographical regions and the migration patterns of their animal-based food source. This subsistence strategy only supports small groups due to the limited food source in each area, the need to constantly move, and the need to find shelter from the environment.